I need a nap. Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I'm back at you with another Harry Xmas to You challenge. I thought the last one was hard, this one's going to be hard. This one I have to reenact a scene from the books that didn't make it into the movies. So the scene I'm going to attempt to reenact is the Death Day Party scene, which is in Chamber of Secrets. Now, 1, I'm not an actress, and 2, and more importantly, I don't have a whole lot of random props with me. So keep that in mind. I'm making do with what I have, and this is supposed to be funny, so hopefully you'll laugh. If you don't laugh, then I don't know, but hopefully you'll laugh, especially because, oh dear, you're gonna be like, really? That's how you're dressing up to portray that character? It's gonna be bad, guys. Another thing you should know is that I'm horrible at accents, so apologies in advance. Yeah, so with that said, I'm gonna hopefully make this work. We'll see what happens. By the time Halloween arrived, Harry was regretting his rash promise to go to the Death Day party. The rest of the school was happily anticipating their Halloween feast. The Great Hall had been decorated with the usual live bats, Hagrid's vast pumpkins had been carved into lanterns large enough for 3 men to sit in, and there were rumors that Dumbledore had booked a troupe of dancing skeletons for the entertainment. A promise is a promise. You said you'd go to the Death Day party. So at 7 o'clock, Harry, Ron, and Hermione walked straight past the door to the packed Great Hall, which was glittering invitingly with gold plates and candles, and directed their steps instead towards the dungeons. The passageway leading to nearly Headless Nick's party had been lined with candles too, though the effect was far from cheerful. These were long, thin, jet black tapers, all burning bright blue, casting a dim, ghostly light even over their own living faces. The temperature dropped with every step they took. As Harry shivered and drew his robes tightly around him, he heard what sounded like 1,000 fingernails scraping on an enormous blackboard. Is that supposed to be music? They turned a corner and saw nearly Headless Nick standing at a doorway hung with black velvet drapes. My dear friends, welcome, welcome. So pleased you could come. It was an incredible sight. The dungeon was full of hundreds of pearly white, translucent people, mostly drifting around a crowded dance floor, waltzing to the dreadful, quavering sound of 30 musical saws played by an orchestra on a raised, black draped platform. A chandelier overhead blazed midnight blue with 1,000 more black candles. Their breath rose in a mist before them. It was like stepping into a freezer. Shall we have a look around? Careful not to walk into anyone. They passed a group of gloomy nuns, a ragged man wearing chains, and the fat friar, a cheerful Hufflepuff ghost, who was talking to a knight with an arrow sticking out of his forehead. Harry wasn't surprised to see that the Bloody Baron, a gaunt, staring Slytherin ghost covered in silver bloodstains, was being given a wide berth by the other ghosts. Oh no! Turn back, I don't want to talk to Moaning Myrtle. Who? She haunts one of the toilets in the girls' bathroom on the first floor. She haunts a toilet? Yes, it's been out of order all year because she keeps having tantrums and flooding the place. I never went in there anyway if I could avoid it. It's awful trying to pee with her wailing at you. Look, food. On the other side of the dungeon was a long table, also covered in black velvet. They approached eagerly, but next moment had stopped in their tracks, horrified. The smell was quite disgusting. Large rotten fish were laid on handsome silver platters, cakes burned charcoal black, and there was a great maggoty haggis, a slab of cheese covered in furry green mold, and in pride of place an enormous grey cake in the shape of a tombstone, with tar-like icing forming the words, Sir Nicholas de Mismy Porpington, died 31st October, 1492. Harry watched amazed as the portly ghost approached the table, crouched low and walked through it, his mouth held wide so that it passed through one of the sneaking salmon. Can you taste it if you walk through it? Almost. Can we move? I feel sick. They had barely turned around, however, when a little man swooped suddenly from under the table and came to a halt midair before them. Hello, Peeves. Unlike the other ghosts around them, Peeves the poltergeist was the very reverse of pale and transparent. He was wearing a bright orange party hat, a revolving bow tie, and a broad grin on his wide, wicked face. Nibbles? He said sweetly, offering them a bowl of peanuts covered in fungus. No thanks. Heard you talking about poor Myrtle. Rude what you said about poor Myrtle. Oi! Myrtle! Oh, no, Peeves, don't tell her what I said. She'll be really upset. I didn't mean it. I don't mind her. Oh, hello, Myrtle! What? How are you, Myrtle? It's nice to see you out of the toilet. Miss Granger was just talking about you. Just saying how nice you look tonight.
You're making fun of me.
No, honestly, didn't I just say how nice Myrtle was looking tonight? Oh yeah. She did. She did.
Don't lie to me. Do you think I don't know what people call me behind my back? Fat Myrtle, ugly Myrtle, miserable, mopey, moany Myrtle.
You forgot Simply.
Bah!
Simply. Oh dear. Nearly headless Nick now drifted toward them through the crowd. Enjoying yourselves? Oh yes. Not a bad turnout. The wailing widow came all the way up from Kent. Nearly time for my speech. I'd better go and warn the orchestra. The orchestra, however, had stopped playing at the very moment. They and everyone else in the dungeon fell silent, looking around in excitement as the hunting horn sounded. Oh no. Through the dungeon wall burst a dozen ghost horses, each ridden by a headless horseman. The assembly clapped wildly. Harry started to clap too, but stopped quickly at the sight of Nick's face. The horses galloped into the middle of the dance floor and halted, rearing and plunging. At the front of the pack was a large ghost who held his bearded head under his arm, from which position he was blowing the horn. The ghost leapt down, lifted his head high in the air so he could see over the crowd. Everyone laughed, and strode over to nearly headless Nick, squashing his head back onto his neck. I can't stand much more of this. Let's go. They backed to the door, nodding and beaming at anyone who looked at them, and a minute later were hurrying back up the passageway full of black candles. Pudding might not be finished yet.
Rip, tear, kill.
So how was it? I really hope this turned out okay. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all again in another one soon.